What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. And I missed y'all. Nice to be back on a live stream. And let's see if we can get some people to roll in here. But we're back. New month, new start. And got some things I want to talk about with y'all. And I think it's been like 2 weeks or 3 weeks since I did a live stream. So it'll be good to hang out with you all. I really just wanted to get on and hang out with everyone. It's been so long since I've been able to do this, so hopefully everyone will pile in here in a bit. But we'll give people a few minutes, and we're going to talk about everything that happened, some of the stuff that happened in August, and then we're going to look forward a bit to September. So far we only got five in the chat, which is way under my usual, but we'll see if we can get some people in here. I'm back in the United States as well, no longer in Europe, so I'm on United States time. It's currently 7:22 here. Hello to AB in the chat. My family is doing okay considering the circumstances. Please give me a thumbs up in the chat if you guys can hear me, first of all. I'm assuming you guys can all hear me. Hello to Jesse's girl. I know people are probably not used to this time of a live stream because I don't know what time I should do live streams here in the United States. Normally, when I was in Europe, I was doing them at like 8. But it's also, now that I'm in the United States, I'm also doing them at 8 p.m. But it's obviously much later for you guys. Hello, Tara. Hello, AB. Hello, Michael Graham. It says we got 29 in the chat, so we'll give a few more minutes. But yeah, there's a lot of little things I want to talk about. Nothing real. I haven't had a lot of time to put together super intricate decodes, but we'll see what we can get into in this stream. I just want to hear what you guys have to say because it's been so long since we got together. So Jesse's girl says, am I back for good? Well, I never really was gone, but yeah, hopefully you're going to see me more regularly again this month. Hopefully. August was one of my worst months as far as putting out videos. So hopefully this month will be more on normal for me. Somebody says there's a banking holiday in Europe or banking update. Yeah, they're going to start their Fed. What are they going to do over there? I can't remember exactly what they're doing in Europe, but there is something going down with the banking in October. So yeah, definitely something to watch for as well. Hello, not of this world. Good morning to you from Australia. Nice to see you. Maybe some new people in my chat. I don't see Coffee Girl. She's usually in here, but because I'm doing this at a different time, I bet I'll get some different people in here. Oh, my back to the U.S. for good. I don't think so, but for now I'm here. I'm kind of a traveler, so. But for now, I'm definitely here. So, hello to Ricky Jackson in the chat also. Like I said, guys, for those of you just getting in, we're just gonna say hi to some people since it's been so long since I've been live, and then we'll get into some info. I don't have a lot, and back once again. Yeah, thank you back once again for letting me know about this story. And so, yeah, I didn't find a whole lot with this, but the main points I found, I think, are enough. This is not going to be a normal decoding with Cody Decode. Let's put it that way. It's not going to be very intricate. Yeah, I guess first we could talk about all this drama with Trump being sick and disappearing. Did you guys hear about that? Supposedly Trump has something on his hand. And let's see, Trump's hand. Let's just look it up. Yeah, so this was like, again, I was gone most of August, but this was like the story that was kind of going around. Looks like bruising or he's becoming a reptile. I don't know, one of the two. But yeah, this was a story that was buzzing this month or in August. And then they said that he disappeared. He didn't have I guess he hasn't had any public appearances for 7 days or something like that. So I don't know. Maybe this death ritual that I'm seeing for the month of September, I don't know. Is it going to be finally Trump's real, I mean, Trump does equal 25. So maybe we'll talk about that with the blood moon coming up. Remember, Trump was born on a blood moon on June 14th, 1946. So the fact that Trump is getting these rumors going around that he's dead. I mean, I think on Twitter it was trending, Trump is dead. That was actually trending. So hello to Susie, hello to Ricky, hello to Back once again. Like I said, a lot of new people I don't usually get to see in my chat right now. But yeah, I mean, maybe this is connected to this blood moon. It really could be. And we're going to talk about this blood moon in a little bit, but I mean, here's basically all I have on the blood moon, but I really want to talk about what happened last month first, because you guys will remember, August was my month I was talking about car crashes. Now, if you guys go back in the history of my entire channel, I was never talking about car crashes so much as in August. And the reason I was talking about car crashes is because the WWE was having a show yesterday on August 31st, which was the anniversary of Princess Diana's car crash in Paris. So you guys remember, if you guys have watched my videos from last month, the first day of August or so, I did a video called Crashing the Tower, WWE's Hidden Tribute to Diana. Well, here we are on August 31st, the actual event, and we get some news. And what's in the news? What was in the news yesterday as WWE was holding their crash in Paris? I know it's actually Clash, but we might as well make this Crash in Paris. Well, it was in the news that Rudy Giuliani was in a car crash. Officials say another driver rear-ended Rudy Giuliani's SUV. So here's the story, guys, all month, okay? Literally. I know this isn't very exciting, right? Some old mayor of New York gets in a car crash, right? It doesn't seem very exciting. But guys, all month, from the beginning of the month, I talked about car crashes. And at the very end of the month, right when this show is happening, right when the show is happening, which I connected to the car crash, the same day, the news breaks that Rudy Giuliani was in a car crash. Now, then today, it was in the news after his car crash that Trump is going to award Rudy Giuliani with a Presidential Medal of Freedom. So why did Trump choose one day after his car crash to all of a sudden now announce that he's going to give him the Presidential Medal of Freedom? He could have done it at any other time. But it's all connected, guys. Rudy Giuliani is a key figure here, obviously. I never would have expected it, but this guy is a key figure. Now, why is he a key figure? Well, first of all, this may be connected to the upcoming anniversary of September 11th, because who was the mayor of New York during September 11, 2001? It was Rudy Giuliani. So again, Rudy Giuliani is in a car crash on the same day I told you to watch for a car crash symbolism when WWE was in Paris, which again, that's where Princess Diana crashed. Now, let's look at Rudy Giuliani, because his full name is Rudolph William. This is the key, guys. Why did they choose Rudy Giuliani to connect to this royal family car crash riddle? Well, here's why. Rudy Giuliani's middle name is William Louis. And as soon as I saw that his middle name was William Louis, I knew exactly what it was. Okay, why? Because the name of the guy who I've been speculating will take over as king possibly soon, his name is William Louis. All right? So, and whose mother died in a car crash in France, which is what this was all connected to. Whose mother was it? It was this guy, William Louis. And now we have Rudy William Louis getting in a car crash. Okay. So not only do they have the same names, William and Louis, let's take Rudy Giuliani's full name and decode it in gematria. Rudy Giuliani's full name, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani, equals 142. Now, amazingly, this is the number I actually talked about just a few weeks ago in connection to Prince William. Here's my video from 2 weeks ago. And what number do you guys see there on the screen? Let's see if anyone in the chat can verify. What number from my video 2 weeks ago, what number did you guys see right here from 2 weeks ago? My video was called "The King is Dead, Long Live the King." Okay? It was all about the WWE and this riddle. And look, "The King is Dead, Long Live the King" equals 142 in the same cipher as Rudolph William Louis Giuliani. Now, Trump just came out the next day, today, and said that he will award Rudolph William Louis Giuliani with the Presidential Medal of Freedom. And lo and behold, guys, I didn't even know this equaled 142, but I just had a feeling that as soon as I typed in this medal, it was going to equal 142. And look at that, 142, Presidential Medal of Freedom. And again, this was one of the numbers I talked about, because if King William, or if he would become King William, he would most likely become, as this article right here shows, if William would become king, he would most likely become King William V. And if you write King William V in gematria, it equals 142. Like "The king is dead, long live the king." Also, "Death and state funeral of Charles III" equals 142. All right. So how much more big of a confirmation do we need? But on top of that, this event from yesterday, the crash in Paris, it took place in a city called Nanterre, France. And it just so happens that Nanterre, France also equals 142. So if you put that all together, okay, you put the William, again, whose mother was it that died in a car crash, which his mother, Diana, died in a car crash. His name is William Arthur Philip Louis. And now the guy with the William Louis in his name is in a car crash. And now he's getting awarded a Presidential Medal of Freedom, which also equals his name. And so it was just mind-blowing as I was looking into this story, because this is literally what the whole month was about, okay? Now, let's add another layer to this. Not only does Rudy Giuliani have the name of Prince William in his name, not only does his gematria equal 142, like King William V, but also yesterday in WWE, the show ended in France with Seth Rollins holding the gold, right? So this is how the show ended. Now, who is this guy, Seth Rollins? Well, Seth Rollins, his birthday, if you click Seth Rollins right here, Seth Rollins' birthday is May 28th. So here's this guy holding the title at the end of the show in France, the crash in Paris. And Rudy Giuliani also had a car crash in the news this day. Now, when is Rudy Giuliani's birthday? Look at this. Rudy Giuliani's birthday is May 28th. he has the same birthday as the guy who won at the end of the show. So if you put all that together, you put the connection between William and you put the Giuliani connection and the WWE connection, what's the chance he has the same birthday as Rudy Giuliani? Okay. So, and there's way more I need to look in with this, but I just wanted to get on and cover this basic stuff. And as I pointed out in the beginning, this is probably significant because Rudy Giuliani was the mayor of New York during 9/11. So now, what else happened this month? Considering my main topic this month was car crashes. This is where it gets a bit crazy and serious, guys, because as you guys know, if you guys have been keeping an eye on my community section, you guys will know that my stepfather was in a car crash. So, guys, this is crazy, all right? August last month was the only month I ever did multiple videos about car crashes, okay? I did 3 videos about car crashes. I never done so many videos in 1 month about car crashes. And then on August 26th, my stepfather was in a car crash. And remember, when Rudy Giuliani got his car crash a couple days ago, he suffered a fractured spine. Well, my stepdad also suffered a spinal neck fracture. So, again, this is the kind of stuff that's not, this is organic, guys. This is not the elites. Let me just read to you what I wrote here. I wrote on this GoFundMe, I said, I, Cody Robertson, have decided to start a GoFundMe for my stepfather, Steve Owens, who on August 26, 2025, was driving his small Mazda Miata when an asphalt truck ran a stop sign and T-boned him, sending him flying into a bean field. Miraculously, he survived, guys. He shouldn't have survived this, okay? But he suffered a fractured neck, a fractured skull. His skull was in pieces, guys. That's why this whole side of his head is covered up. His skull was in pieces. He got ribs injuries. He has brain bleed. I mean, he doesn't look, I mean, I don't want to show the gruesome pictures. You guys can, if you guys can see them down here and zoom in, but I don't want to show them here. I don't think some people want to see that. But the point is, guys, that the whole month I was talking about car crashes, and look at what happens to my stepfather. And in some ways, let me just be honest with you. In some ways, I feel responsible for this because what is the chance I was talking about car crashes all month? And then this is what happens to my own stepfather. So the point is, I don't want to stay on this too long. The point is this, that sometimes you don't really know what you might be manifesting. And I'm not saying that I was the one who manifested this, but it just seems quite odd. It just seems quite odd. Remember, we just had Derek from Gematria. He talked about a flood in Milwaukee, and then a few days later, his house in Milwaukee flooded. And then all month I was talking about car crashes, and then my dad gets in a car crash. Do you guys remember? Do you guys remember how Derek was talking about the flood and then his home flooded? This is the second GoFundMe I've had. I promise you guys, I'm not trying to get people's money here, but this is the second GoFundMe I've had to fund this month. And it's crazy because both these things that happened, they like manifested themselves beforehand. And I don't know what to believe about that, but there is power in our thoughts and in what we do, okay? So don't think it's a coincidence. I don't know. Derek talks about a flood and then he gets flooded, and then I talk about car crashes and then I get a car crash in my life. And let me tell you the most important point, guys. I'm really thinking about this a lot because when I came back home to the United States, my car was broke down because it had sat too long. So on the day that my stepdad was driving, this day on August 26th, I was going to ride with him. And I would have been sitting in the passenger seat. Guys, the truck was hauling barrels of asphalt, and it hit my stepdad in the passenger side of the car at 57 miles an hour. If I was sitting in the passenger seat of this car, I would have not have survived. My stepdad only survived because he was in the driver's seat and because his car didn't flip. So you guys understand, I'm counting my blessings. I'm thanking God because I could have been in this car. I could have been in this car in the passenger seat. I was this close to being in this car. Okay? So I'm really just trying to make a point here that there's more going on than just the elites running everything. Because the elites didn't do this. I know that. And I also know that I could have been in that car, but God protected me and he spared my stepdad, thank God. So praise God for all of his blessings, right? But again, it's hard sometimes to believe some of this stuff sometimes. It really is. And then again, as we end the month, we get Rudy Giuliani in a car crash, which I just already did. If you guys just got in, you guys got to go back and watch. So hopefully this will be the last car crash video I will need to do for a while. But I needed to come on here and cover this and spend time with you guys because I miss you guys. So now we're going to take a look ahead. Also, guys, just so you know, I have the link to my stepdad's GoFundMe. If you guys want to throw a $5 or $10 in there, it's greatly appreciated. I didn't want to ask for too much. I just wanted to ask for enough to cover his expenses for now. But yeah, the link is in the chat. If you guys, if God puts it on your heart, no pressure. I'm just saying the link is in the chat. So, or it's at the top of the chat. But with that being said, let us move on to September. So again, we're talking about upcoming September 7th blood moon, right? So again, August is over, thank God, because August wasn't a good month for me, really. I mean, in general, and for a lot of people, not. But September, remember, we had a blood moon on March 14th, right? And that was a huge, there was some deaths that happened connected. Every time we get around to these blood moons, we get a celebrity death ritual or something. We get some sort of celebrity thing going on. So I just wanted to point out the clear connections between this upcoming blood moon and death. And remember, Trump is in the news right now. And it was trending that Trump is dead, right? And Trump was born on a blood moon. So that's interesting. But here's the point. The blood moon is on 9/7. 9/7 is the 25th prime. And the 25th prime is important for 9/7 because this is also in the year 25. Right? So not only is it 9/7, the 25th prime, it's also the year 25. And the date numerology for this upcoming blood moon is 9 plus 7 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5. That equals 25. So there's three different connections to 25. The date, 9/7, the year, 25, and the numerology, 25. Now, 9/7 is also the 250th day of the year. Well, in numerology, the zeros don't count, so the 250th day of the year is kind of like 25. So it's 4 different ways that this blood moon is connected to the number 25. Now here's another word that equals 97. So I told you 97 is the 25th prime. The eclipse is on 9/7. Remember how many plane crashes? And remember, we're talking about crashes again. This time we're talking about plane crashes. But plane crash equals 97. So look out for possibly something like that. I don't know. But anyway, 9/7, 25th prime, year 25. But remember, death equals 25. And so does time. Time and death both equal 25. And time is very connected to death. But look at the gematria of death. It equals 97, 20, and 25. Well, that's the date. So the word death literally equals the date of the blood moon. 9 plus 9, 7, 20, 25. 9, 7, 20, 25. So this is pretty ominous because considering that this is a blood moon and blood is connected to death as well. And don't forget the word Trump equals 25. Right? So Trump has that 25. Trump has been in the news right now with with people thinking he's dead. Another thing that I'm watching for with this eclipse is the crypto market, because crypto equals 97. Okay, and this eclipse is on 9/7, again, the 25th prime. So there's a few things I'm watching for. Plane crash equals 97. Crypto. Is there going to be a crypto crash? Well, crypto is kind of already crashing. So, I mean, at least the last days. Are we going to see something with Trump? I also talked about this upcoming eclipse in connection with the Golden Gate Bridge. If you guys go back to my June decodes, I talked about how this date of September 7th is very connected to the Golden Gate Bridge. So again, guys, I'm going to do a more thorough decode about this blood moon as we get closer. But I just wanted to really look forward. We also have a solar eclipse coming up, a partial solar eclipse on the 20. When is that? Hold on. So we have a partial solar eclipse also on the 21st of September. So we have a blood moon on the 7th, and we have a partial solar eclipse on the 21st. So that's kind of my initial findings, but again, I'll probably have more. I was just kind of looking to see something with Rudy Giuliani. And don't overlook this Rudy Giuliani story with the car crash and the Medal of Freedom. Look at his first wife. Rudy Giuliani's first wife was Regina, and Regina is the Latin word for queen. So there's a connection there. But remember, William Louis is the name of Prince William Louis. I don't know. Could we get something with the royal family? Because, again, September 7th blood moon will be pretty much exactly 3 years after Queen Elizabeth died and Prince Charles became king. What I find interesting about the day, if you go from the day that Queen Elizabeth died to the blood moon, it's going to be 1095 days. And 1095 is the 911th composite number. Now, Queen Elizabeth died 911 days after COVID was declared. And 1095 is the 911 composite, and it will be 1095 days from Queen Elizabeth's death to the blood moon. And this is connected to Trump, who has the bruise on his hand. And Queen Elizabeth also had, before she died, So this is actually a perfect connection to make between the royal family and Trump right now, because look, they are actually making comparisons in the news to Queen Elizabeth and Trump, their hands. Okay. So do not think that this is just random, right? And I think it could be pointing to this blood moon, which just is one day before the Queen's death anniversary. And I just already talked about all the connections between William and Rudy Giuliani, who was just in the car crash. So we got Joseph Aquaviva in the chat. Much love, brother. It's been a while since I've seen you also. But yeah, I'm just wondering. I almost know for a fact that there's going to be some sort of celebrity in the news around this blood moon who is said to have passed away. I don't see us getting through this blood moon without something like that. Now, how big of a person will it be? I don't know. Is it going to be somebody big, or is it just going to be somebody random that no one's ever going to expect? I mean, maybe it will be Clint Eastwood or something. He's getting up there in age. I mean, Clint Eastwood's getting old, so could be Clint Eastwood. Maybe it'll be Rudy Giuliani. I mean, they have him in the news right now. But I'm just saying the blood moon, perfect time for a death ritual. And will it be King Charles? I mean, I don't know. I think it would be crazy if he died on the 3-year anniversary of him becoming king, pretty much. So I don't think that's going to happen, but they're already saying that is Trump dead, right? So, and Joseph's in the chat right now. He's been talking about Trump going for a long time now. We've been waiting on that. Yeah, and I know it's a very normal thing. And that's why I'm not making such a big deal out of it, because guys, I mean, when you're old and you have thin blood, you bruise easily, okay? But I know it's symbolism because they're comparing it to Queen Elizabeth's death. And I told you all the stuff going on right now with the royal family. And so I'm just saying that I'm not saying that this is actually a real. I don't think Trump dies right now, but it's possible. But I don't think so. I don't even know if that's still trending, because I think let's see what this article says. Donald Trump dismisses the speculations of his deteriorating health on social media. Never felt better in my life. Let's see what that equals. Whenever they put something in quotations, it's usually coded. So, never felt better in my life. Never felt better in my life. Some interesting numbers, but nothing I can really. The 117 is interesting. I believe Central Intelligence Agency. This could be a CIA thing. Yeah, I mean, Central Intelligence Agency does equal 117 also. So is it just a psyop? Probably. But let's see, the other quote that everyone was posting is he is, well, that's not what they were posting, but the point is, guys, that it's just more stuff after more stuff. I know there's some sort of Simpsons connection here too. Matt Groening's remarks went viral, in which he said there was no end in sight for the show. Huh. I don't know how that connects to the Simpsons. I'll have to read more about that. Okay, somebody's saying, Lorna says that September 5th is 117 days left in the year. That's interesting. Because the quote that they said here, never felt better in my life, equaled 117. So but I didn't think there's also a shooting today in or recently in Chicago. That's probably connected to the Pope. What else happened this month? Let me jump into the chat and just hang out with you guys a bit. Is there anything else in the chat you guys want me to look into from the last weeks? We've covered the car crash. We covered my stepdad's crash. We covered the Trump thing. That's a good one. Back once again says, when James Comey posted the 8647 post, 9/7 is the 86th day of Trump's age. Wow. Well, that adds to the significance. Remember, Trump's birthday this year was called No King's Day. So again, this connects us back to the same riddle. Trump's birthday was literally called No King's Day. And I just connected this all to this riddle with the king and queen. And yeah, so he is correct. If you add the date, it will be the blood moon will be Trump's 86th day of his age, or 86th day of his age, yeah. And remember, when Comey posted 8647, 86 means to get rid of. I'd also like to point out that the eclipse is in Saros cycle 128, and 128 is connected to Leave the World Behind. Well, if you go from Leave the World Behind release, October 25th, 2023, to the blood moon, it's exactly 25 moon orbits. Let me just make this bigger. So remember, I just connected this blood moon to the number 25 in like 5 different ways. And if you measure from Leave the World Behind to this blood moon, it's exactly 25 moon sidereal months. So that if that's, Leave the World Behind was connected to the 128 code, and the eclipse is on Saros 128. But yeah, big find there with the 86 days. But also, what about, that means that the Queen's death was 86 days after Trump's birthday also. So when the Queen died in 2022, it was on the 86th day after Trump's birthday. So like 86 means to get rid of. What's very interesting about September 8th this year is it has 62 date numerology, and it has 26 numerology. So in Gematria, the word queen equals 62 and 26. So yeah, September 8th also very interesting. Of course, that would be the 3-year anniversary of the death. What else you guys got? There was an earthquake today, yeah. Afghan earthquake. Let's look into that while we're on live. I didn't even look into that. Earthquake. In Afghanistan. Over 800 dead. Thousands injured. Wow. I didn't realize it was so big. Afghan earthquake kills 800, injures 2,800. Let's see if I can find the Wikipedia page. On August 31st. Okay, so that was yesterday. So it happened on the same day as the WWE event on August 31st, 2025 at 23. So just about on the 13 minutes before the end of the day, a 6-point earthquake struck Nangarhar and Kunar province in Afghanistan near the border with Pakistan. Only a 6.0. I mean, that's pretty crazy to think about because earlier this year we had a way bigger earthquake that struck Thailand, and I think it killed less people. So maybe it's because of the structures or something. Back once again says that the let me pull it up. I don't know what's going. Can you guys hear me? Did my computer freeze? Oh, there it goes. All right, so back once again says the Afghan earthquake was initially reported at 600 dead, 6 magnitude, and 6 miles deep. Yep, there's your 666. He also says, I left a comment on your weapons video with some information. I don't know. Can you drop it in here or I'll try to go find it. Hold on. Which weapons video? The newest one? Yeah, that was the last video I did. So I'm assuming you're talking about the weapons, the last video I did. Let's see. Here's back once again right here. He's the one that told me about the car crash. Is that the post you're talking about, or did you have another one? Sort by newest. Oh, here it is. It says Afghan earthquake sink with clash in Paris. Note that the earthquake happened, I believe, 77 minutes into the pay-per-view. First observation I made is Logan Paul speaking in 666 riddles earlier in the week. Quoted saying on Friday Night SmackDown in his promo pay-per-view 6 seconds, 6.6 billion. Oh, yeah, with that. Okay. Then days later, the Afghan earthquake was a 6 magnitude. The earthquake happened at 64 Dayton Neurology. The closest city mentioned in the epicenter was Jalalabad, which equals 64. And the city is 17 miles from the epicenter. 17 and 64 is the kill numbers, yeah. Is it this one right here? U.S. hat snatcher decode. CEO Pietro, however you say that, steals the hat as a viral video 43 days after Coldplay Kiss Cam. Huh. Yeah, I didn't even see this story. Somebody stole somebody's hat in a viral video, huh? I'll have to look more into that because, again, I didn't catch every story, but I didn't really have time. Oh, it was the one I just read. Okay. Somebody says something about the Gilmore video was crazy. What Gilmore video? Oh, the one I did? Yeah, I thought that was a good video, I personally as well. All right, guys. So how far in the video are we here? Oh, we're 44 minutes in, so we'll stay on for another 15 minutes or so. Please hit the like buttons if you haven't already. Sojourn 137 is asking. Yeah, great video. Also, there was a video I watched this week that was posted by this guy right here, Fiv. I'm not sure how you pronounce that necessarily, but make sure you guys go subscribe to this guy's channel. He posted a good video, and he pointed me to another channel also called Jane 108, and I've been watching that guy's videos as well. So thank you for your great video that you posted. So again, his video about the 117 that he did. Yeah, so get to it, man. Make some more videos. I know you only have 2 videos on your channel, but definitely put out some more. I enjoyed it. And sorry if I called you man. I don't know if you're a woman or a man, so didn't mean to offend you if I called you called you a man and you're actually a woman. Trump made the calm before the storm statement on 10/5 because blood moon in simple gematria is 105. Yeah, exactly. That's a good point. Yeah, I mean, the 105 is also interesting with that blood moon. Somebody's saying GoFundMe for Derek Chauvin's release. Is there really? Is there really a GoFundMe for his release? Fiv says one more coming tomorrow. Okay, cool. But thank you guys so much for all of your great comments as usual. All of the stuff you guys drop in my comments. And again, everyone who donated to my stepdad's GoFundMe, thank you so much. You guys don't understand how grateful he is for that because he was already struggling financially before this. So but I guess we'll get ready to wrap it up because I don't think I want to waste too much time because I don't have much more information to share. But the point is, we covered the car crash, we covered the King stuff, we covered the Trump stuff, the Giuliani stuff. We also touched on the earthquake. But yeah, we'll see what this month brings. I hope to get out more videos this month. Again, August was a bad month for me, but hopefully I can get out more. All right, so if you guys would please hit the like button on your way out. And again, the link for the GoFundMe is also at the top of the chat if you guys want to support the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys very soon with another video, either another live stream or another recorded video. So take care. Have a good night, everyone, and God bless.